Welcome back. Today is the start of Gemini season. So we have evolutionary astrologer Jill Case here to tell us what that means for us. What is Gemini season all about?
Gemini season, things are going to speed up. So we're going to get more in our heads. I almost feel like it's like attention deficit season where we're just more curious. We want more social. Maybe you might see more social media, more people on their phones, like wanting to communicate. Maybe you're more social with your friends. So it definitely is a more mentally stimulating time, which for some people is really interesting. And for some people it can be really kind of overly stimulating and not their favorite time. But
Interesting, right? Because you say more people on social media, which okay, sure, we'll be out being more social, that's good, but if we're all spending time on social media, is that what we should be doing in Gemini season?
Well, it's just you're more called to get new information, to kind of like stimulate your mind, so it's an air sign, so we want to talk and communicate, we want to learn, so this, you know, the formats in our today's world that we do that on tends to be our cell phones or computers or social media, so,
no,
you know.
I never go on the internet. And so, okay, you called it here curiously present. So then what should we be doing during this time that our brains are moving at the speed of light?
So Gemini does bring us that beginner's mind or that curiosity, right? It's the good thing about Geminis is that they're generally always kind of adapting to the environment. I'm really curious and open to fresh perspectives. So the invitation I feel like this month is to be just curiously present with your life and the situations that are coming in, and how can you kind of invite in a new perspective with what's happening in your life or in relationships or any area of your life. How can you be curiously present instead of getting kind of caught up in things, and you know, how do you just pause for a moment and kind of be more interested in it?
I'm very interested.
Instead of forming opinions, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, and then you were telling us it kind of depends on what your own sign is, what you should be paying attention to and thinking about during this season? Yeah,
so each sign, so we're all going through Gemini season collectively, but depending on what your sign is, it will hit a different place in your astrological chart. So I have suggestions for where you might be maybe more invited to have that curiosity or presence in your life, depending on what sign you are. So you can kind of check that out, and maybe that's the area you focus on, being more curious and less maybe judgmental or less fixed in your thinking. So that you kind of invite in a different energy. Sometimes it's like the way we look at things can really influence how we feel. So if we can choose a new perspective, we can generally shift how we feel about things and, you know, try and feel a little differently when things don't go the way we want.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend coming up, hopefully lots of time. People to be curiously present. You can find out all the signs, what we should be doing in Gemini season at JillCasePDX.com. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Yeah.